Hey y'all, what's good, Almond Eyes? What's good, baby? What's good with your pumpkin? Happy Monday, happy Monday. It's the Chronicles. Episode number, I don't know, shit, a bunch of them. What's good with y'all, man? Come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. AT Quell, peace, bro. What's good with your nephew? What's happening, what's happening, what's happening, everybody? What's happening? Come on in, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. What we on today? Them ain't your kids, bruh. Gas mask salute. What's good with you, my boy? What's good with y'all, man? I pray y'all had a great weekend. How was y'all weekend, man? Josh, what's happening? Smash the like button. Y'all know the routine, man. We ain't got to keep going through this. Mosovidiev, whatever his name is, shout out to him this weekend. Them ain't your kids, bruh. Sis, them ain't your kids. Mr. Williams, what's good, bro? What's poppin', man? I'm good to holler at y'all, man. I finally had some time today. We're gonna talk about it, bro. We're gonna talk about it today. Drew, what's good, my boy? Make sure y'all subscribe to Drew Titan LLC. Also, the Painful Excellence podcast every night. Every night, man. Champion Heart, what's good, my boy? What's good with you, bro? Excuse me. Shit, come on in, man. Yerk, Ronan, what's good? Man, my boy, my brother from another mother, the Brooklyn Ronan, is in the building. The eloquent ghetto scholar. Hey, man, them ain't your kids, man. These are not your children. Right? Do y'all know what consent is? Anybody in the room, anybody in the back, do y'all know what consent is? Do y'all actually understand what that means, to consent to something? When you consent, what you do, right? When you consent, what you do is you agree to all terms of said conditions and contract. Do you guys understand what that means? Let me say that again, right? When you consent, you agree to all said terms of these conditions and contracts. To be okay with something. To be okay with something. How many of y'all, Big Ant always coming through putting color in my chat? Shout out to Big Ant, one of my greatest supporters. Appreciate you, man. What's good with you, man? Big Ant, I pray everything is good with you and the family. Chef kiss. Question. Have any of y'all ever read the paperwork that you sign when you enroll your child into a school? Anybody? Or better yet, let's take it back to the basics, the beginning. Have any of y'all ever read the paperwork you fill out to get your child a birth certificate? Bueller. Bueller. Anybody. You notice how something can happen to your kids at school, but you still get held responsible? They could be at school, right? They could be at school, out of your possession, right? Out of your sight. And child services, right? The state, they won't go to the school. They'll come to your house, though. Them ain't y'all kids, man. They ain't none of our kids. These are not our children. Let me tell y'all what's going on right now. And don't nobody see it. I see it. But let's backtrack. Y'all remember the people that's with me. I know Big Ant was here. I know Big Ant was here. I know Ronan was here, right? Ronan, you remember when I told y'all that they're about to start cutting them social programs for everybody? Y'all remember when I told y'all that? Let me tell y'all what's going on that don't nobody want to talk about. Let me tell y'all something. The reason why, right, we see all these social economics, right? All these so-called social justice warrior type shit, right? The reason why they doing this, right? So your children, these children that's growing up in this time today, have no problem or quarrels with the government being in their business. They already understand that if I go to school and I tell my counselor or teacher, right? If I tell an agency that I want to do something or be something, they will protect me from my parent. Now, that's the surface level stuff, right? Being me in the chat so I know y'all here, because I don't see nothing coming. Or y'all might just be listening. But what this does, right? This programs the children to look to the government for every single thing. Not just benefit, not just cash benefits and financial benefits, but also social protections. These children, these kids right now, I'm at a school right now. These kids right now are growing up with the mental understanding that the government is in your business. Yep. It's the norm. There's no other way it's supposed to be. It's so over with, bro. It will be like shooting fish in a barrel. These children will have no understanding of independence, no understanding of stick-to-itiveness. Because since the time they could play on an iPad, the government has supposedly been here to protect them and also to, what's the word I want to use? But they're also here to What's that word? I'm slow today. To verify their feelings, their thoughts. These are not your children. When they say daddy government, they really mean daddy government. If your kids are participating within any government agency, the government is their daddy. The government is their mama. Did I lose y'all? Did I lose y'all? Let me know. Did I lose y'all? I'm out here, the internet be kind of bad sometimes. Because I ain't getting no chats. Why does this government have to know you have a child? Why would and why, hey Angela, it's like, why would and why does the government need to know you have a child? Where I stay at, right? It's mainly middle class and upper lower class, right? These kids, if I could be totally honest with y'all, which I try to be, I work on doing right. These kids don't really work for nothing. Teenage kids driving cars better than people that work 40 hours a week. Why does the government need to know you have a child? And we are all so blind within this system that we think that it's here to help us, right? But what it's really here to do is lock all us into it. You know how hard it is to change your mental capacity, right? The way you think, your mental, your perception, when you believe there's only one way to do things. Do you guys understand how difficult it is to change your mind state when you believe there's only one way to think? We have parents and other people complaining to school boards, teachers, city halls, and things of that nature, right, about what they're teaching the children. Why you ain't teaching your own children? Mr. He Said, what's good? Make sure y'all subscribe to Mr. He Said on YouTube, promote conscious parenting, and Mr. She Said on YouTube, please. Why do parents have to argue with a government entity if the children are yours? Why do you have to argue with the school board if the children are yours? Because when you have a babysitter and they're contracted under you, right? Let's say you got a babysitter, right? You know what? My kids go to bed at 8, not 8:30, not 8:45. I have the meal prepared, blah, blah, blah. We'll be back at 11, bitch. You do a great job, babysitter, then you'll get paid. Not you get paid and we just hope you do your job. Hope is the worst word in the English dictionary. These ain't your kids, man. It's they kids. If you are participating in this system and you receive any type of benefit, what don't people understand? Look, I work for them. Listen to what I'm saying. I work for the school. I'm telling y'all what I know, right? School is a benefit. Right now in our town, we got something going on. They want to raise the property taxes again, even though we just got a 10% tax not even a month ago. They're looking to have us vote on a referendum so they can raise the property taxes again. And people are saying no. So y'all don't want to pay y'all babysitter? Y'all don't want to pay. Look at this. Girl pulling up in a CSV. Cadillac CTS 2022. Subaru WRX. Jeep Cherokee right next to me. CRV 2000, probably 2018 model. Yeah, the parents can definitely, the parents can afford to send them for private schooling. I ain't got to lie, man. How are you turning this thing around? Look, I ain't got to lie. Look, hold on. Turn around. Look. Look at that right there. Look. That's a student. Watch. Look. 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 Hold on. Look. It's a Cherokee right there. Late model Cherokee. Look. Jeep look. Look. Look, watch him step out the truck clean. Look. This shit is crazy, bruh. Look, man. Telling y'all, bruh. I ain't never lied to y'all a day in my life. So they could definitely afford private schooling or a licensed tutor. Champion Heart like, what the fuck, man? Look, bruh. Exactly, Mr. He said. These is not your kids, bruh. These is not your children. You want that dollar, right? You want this guap, right? This money ain't free. This money is not free. This money ain't free. You hear what I'm saying? Hassan, what's good, my boy? How you doing, man? This money ain't free. It just costs your bloodline. It just costs your kids. It just costs your life. Man, I gotta get it, bro. I gotta get it, man. I don't see how I do be working 9 hours and ain't trying to... Shit. I'll stay broke. You hear what I'm saying? I'm broke, baby. I'll stay broke. These is not your kids. Your kids belong to the state. You are a caretaker. You are a caretaker that would be held fully responsible and liable if you do something to the state's kids. You all hear what I'm saying? You will be held liable. You will pay if you do not allow the state to raise their kids the way they want to. These kids, these young adults, the government is going to be able to kick their door in with no regard. They are going to be able to pull these kids out of work, off the street without fear of anything. Y'all want to blame Donald Trump and no, this is what's going on. Y'all want to blame, this is what's going on. And you know what the crazy thing is? You know what the crazy thing is that these children are going to believe it's okay. They're gonna have the belief system. Ain't nothing harder to change than a belief system. Ain't nothing harder to change than your belief system. The way you believe something, what you hold true in your mind, right, in your heart. That's the hardest thing to change. They're gonna be like, well, yeah, you know, it's the government. They can tell the government that they have a different gender, but don't have to tell you. They can tell the government that they're gay or straight, but don't have to tell you. They can tell the government that they want to delete their child for the young ladies, but they don't have to tell you. They can tell the government, I want to be on birth control, but I ain't got to tell you. These are not your children. Rocky, what's popping? These are not your children. Now, the question everyone should be asking is, when do you relinquish your rights? When, at what point in this thing did you give up the right to the child that you birthed, that you made, and that you pushed out of your vagina? When did it happen? When? And, hey, Mr. He said, look how they play it. Y'all go watch. Y'all on YouTube, just like I'm addicted to YouTube. I tell y'all, I don't lie to y'all about nothing. I'm addicted to YouTube, right? Y'all go to YouTube and watch these different town hall meetings or these education board meetings, right? They put it under the guise of protecting the child from you, their parent. Gavin Newsom here in California passed that law. Kamala told y'all. Look, Kamala told y'all what it was. Your kid don't go to school and you going to jail. Take heed to the message. Great show earlier. My sis, make sure y'all subscribe to Take Heed to the Message. Abang Agua. It just mean queen, baby. What's good, my boy? Kamala told y'all, if your kid choose not to go to school, we'll put you in jail. These are not your children. How can you beat the system? Well, I'm going to tell you. There's an old saying that goes, and I think it rings true in most instances in the world, not just this society, not just the Western society, in this world. The pen is mightier than the sword. Now, this would require you to do something you don't do on a day-to-day basis, you Negroes, and that's read. Take heed. Thank you, Honey Bunchy. Tay, how you doing, Juicy Fruit? Mr. He said, remove yourself. Now, that's the ultimate goal, right? But that will require community, right? Because when I'm working out here trying to get this bread, somebody got to watch my babies, right? You know the thing, y'all keep saying that's going to come back. That's never going to fucking happen. But, you know, what do I know? So you got to learn to operate within this system we're in. Again, as I told y'all before, you can be in it, but not of it. Learn to read and understand. Learn to read not just the CYA, right? But learn to read to understand. Did you guys know, right? When you go into these situations, right? Whether it's the hospital, your educational system or government center. Do you know that these things are just contracts and agreements operating between the two parties, which is you and the government? Did you know you can strike out anything in any of that paperwork? Did you know you can strike out anything you don't agree with in that paperwork? And that was a $5 chat from my beautiful sister. Thank you, sis. Did you know that? Now, all things being equal, hopefully you never have to go through a painful experience where you have to fight the courts or fight this school or fight this government. But it's always good just to know, just in case. Read that paperwork, and anything you don't agree with, is strike it out. Again, you ask, how would this help, Ricky? Because you have to rely on the laziness of people. Most people are lazy, especially government workers, right? They're not going to go back and read that paperwork and say, oh, why did you strike this out? They're going to look for your signature. You strike it out and you initial it. Anything you don't agree with, anything that you deem not lawful. There's a difference between legal and lawful. Legal is actually under demon time. But, you know, I just be talking. Right? Strike it out from the paperwork. Scratch it out initially. If you really want to cover your ass, when you sign your signature, make sure you put all rights reserved under your signature. Ask me how I know. One of y'all asked me how I know. One of you asked me how I know. How do I know? My baby daughter who got heart trouble. Well, she got a new heart. She's doing great. My baby girl Keisha was bad as fuck in school. Listen to what I'm saying. Bad as fuck in school. She was bad, right? She was the type that'll cut in school, right? Go to school and don't go to class. Go to school and don't go to class. Right? Came to a point, right, where she had gotten so much trouble at school, they was trying to press charges on her. She loved to fight. She's a mess. She's a mess. They come trying to get me to go to the government center to have a mediation. Now listen to what I'm saying, Jeremy. That paperwork will whoop their ass, boy. The same way it whoop your ass, it can whoop their ass. They trying to get me or my wife. My wife, this how it operated in my house. My wife, she would try to handle it, and if she couldn't handle it, I'm gonna give you to your daddy. Right? They come trying to send me to take me out of work and me losing money to go chase behind their job, because again, the understanding is she is in school while y'all ain't doing y'all job. No, like I said, they're gonna try to put it back on you. But guess what? Take a wild guess what happened. I pulled out a copy of the paperwork I signed when I enrolled her in high school. Well, you signed. Did you check that paperwork? Do you want to go over it with me? I would advise you guys to do your job that I'm paying you to do. On the back, the small shit that they don't explain to you. Scratched out. I did not agree with that with my child. Unless there's an invisible contract that me and you have, I need to see it. And you know what it said at my signature? All rights reserved. Or Mr. Williams, we're going to have to get back to you. I bet you do. I bet you do. Now, this is not to take away from that my daughter was being an asshole and was just being straight out of pocket. This is not to take away from that, right? This is not to take away from that, nor am I making an excuse for that. But you're not going to treat my child any type of way. Even when she's wrong, you're going to handle it appropriately. I need y'all people that when I drop her off at school and walk her through your door, that the people we pay for y'all to do your fucking job. Anything you don't agree with on paperwork, you should be scratching out. Anything. Anything that you are presented paperwork is called a negotiation. We're negotiating the terms of this agreement. If you don't agree with it, scratch it out. You'll be amazed how many times it saves your ass. But what do I know? But the crazy thing is we're all victim to it. As I tell y'all, we all got to eat. I understand the gang. But these are not your children. These are not your children. If your child was born in a state, in a, I'm going to say a state hospital, any institutional hospital, and you signed a birth certificate, they are not your child. You're a caretaker. You're a caregiver. That's why they call children wards of the state. In the same way we were programmed in this system when we went to public school, right, is the same way we can point out that the thoughts and the ideals are more radical that's being programmed to these children at large. But y'all get mad at Trump when he say, I'm going to defund the Department of Education. Y'all get mad at Trump when he says, I want to get rid of the Department of Education. Are your children being educated? Or better yet, are your children being taught to learn? Do your children have the capacity to learn? You could train a goddamn monkey. You could train a dog. You could train a goddamn squirrel. But y'all got it. You got it. That's all I got. That's my lunch. Y'all be easy, be safe this Friday on Twitch. It is Jam Sessions. Make sure you got your headphones ready. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Friday. It is Jam Sessions. Y'all come through. We give away prizes. We had 4 winners of some in-ear monitor headphones a couple of weeks ago. This week, this Friday, we are going to take a listen to the category. I said category, the catalog. My bad, y'all. This Friday, we are going to go through the catalog of the one, the only, the incomparable. I don't need to say his first name. Luther. Next Friday, like I said, I already got these lined up. So y'all make sure. No, Luther, sir, Luther. We going over Luther's catalog this Friday. Next Friday. What's next Friday? This is 22nd. Yep, I got one more week. So this Friday is Luther. Next Friday, we are building. Listen to what I'm saying. So make sure y'all come through. Yes, Luther, sir, Luther. We are building the greatest R&B playlist of all time. So this will require audience input. Every song has to be fire. It is the greatest playlist. I said R&B. No, it's just the greatest playlist of all time. We are building that. All of my playlists from my shows are available on YouTube Music. You guys can go check out my community posts. It'll have those. It's both. It's both Luther. It's Luther. It's Luther. Big, little. He did the song. Right? It is the greatest playlist of all time that we're putting together. Not this week, but next week. So make sure you come and bring your input. That means for the chat. That means for the viewers. That's a free request night. But if it's trash, it's not getting played. It's going to be on the playlist. It's got to make the playlist. It's got to be great. It's got to be something that universally, everyone be like, You got to be that type of song. Okay? So that's it. That's all. Show thyself approved, man. There's nothing wrong with knowing more than you know. And again, guys, if you feel I talked about this a certain way, I apologize. I talk this way because it's not something I think I know, it's what I do know, right? So y'all have a good day. Be safe out here in these streets. Make sure y'all support these content creators out here that's really grinding, giving y'all some useful information. And you never know it's useful till you use it. The same way y'all was afraid to do it, I was afraid to do it. But God damn it, you got to start somewhere. So with that being said, y'all be safe, be easy. I love you guys. We gone.